Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Nye. And in today's video, I don't know why I keep saying but in today's video, I'm just gonna be sharing a couple of tips on what to look for, what to do when you're in college and you want to move off campus. So the first thing is to find a place that is perfect, that you love, so to speak. So what I mean is just that don't look at one apartment and fall in love with it, because there could be another apartment that's like, it gives you the same kind of options and it's cheaper or something like that. Or it could also be like this apartment like might not live up to your expectations when you actually move in there, because that's kind of what happened to me and my roommate. Don't get me wrong, we like our little apartment, but we kind of just was like, oh, we wish we waited just a little bit longer to find something else. But thankfully for next year we did that. So the next thing is ask if like they take you on a tour, right, and the tenant is like in the unit. It might be weird, but like ask them some questions like, is your like electric water bill usually high? Like I wish like I would have asked like the last person who lived here, like, this is a really weird question, but like, how's the water here? Because our water, it gets cold really fast. So maybe I'm like, maybe I should have just asked that. So ask about like the function of the house, like how does this work? Is this good? Whatever. The next thing is make sure you watch out for utilities when they say like everything included but this. Like I know for us everything is included except for electric. I don't know why I said it like that. But I know that that's not included for us, so like we have to pay that out of pocket, which it's not usually that much, but in the winter for us, because I like heat, so our bill can get pretty high. And we have like almost everything in our house is electric, so that just adds on to the cost of our bill. So you want to watch out for stuff like that when they say everything included, but because it's probably not included because it's a high bill. So watch out for that. Try to get something that's everything included. It may cost just a little bit more, but then that way you literally only have to worry about like if you have a car payment, whatever other like responsibilities you have, and like groceries. Because sometimes like having to worry about a bill is stressful. Like, oh, am I gonna have the money for this? Whatever the case is, you might have to get a job. You want to like enjoy college. Ooh, so then, sorry, I looked down. The next thing that I think is good is to, if your school has a resource where you can like talk to other students. Like I know my school has these like Facebook pages of like class of whatever year. Like we all ask each other questions like, is this a good professor? Have you lived at this place? Like, are these good landlords or whatever? So if you have that resource, use it, like, because it won't lead you in the wrong direction. Like maybe you were thinking about like you love this apartment, but then like somebody like on a page or whatever was like, oh, these like are horrible landlords, they don't do this and that, then you might not want to rent from them. Sorry, I'm like trying to just get everything out. The next thing that I think is important is getting an apartment as soon as you want to leave, like the dorms. As soon as like the dorms are not for me, like that's not, like I don't want to live here next year, right? Is start looking. Like, look as soon as you can, because sometimes apartments can fill up fast. And also like if you have like that resource, people do decide like, oh, this apartment isn't for me, so you might want to look out for people who might need like subleases and things like that, because then you could also, sometimes they'll pay part of the rent, just depending. So you might find a deal like that. Also, December is really a good time to look for apartments too, because the landlords are trying to get like people at that point to rent the house. So sometimes, if you don't find one in that time, like be from like August till December or whatever, look in December again, because like for me and my roommate, we looked at the place that we have for next year, and then we actually ended up getting it for $300 cheaper per semester, because we waited and we were like, that's just not the right budget fit for us or whatever. So, sometimes you can wait. Let me see. What do I have next? If you're like my family, like they get really like paranoid with safety and stuff. So sometimes, you know, you ask about safety. Because, you know, you don't want to live in an area where there's a lot of just traffic, because that can be unsafe, especially if you're a college student, especially if you're a vulnerable college student, like a woman or someone who lives alone. Doesn't matter, male, female, non-binary, whatever. If you live alone, you know, a lot of things happen in college towns. People watch you. It's like very scary sometimes. So you might want to watch, like, how's the security here? Do they have security cameras? You know, things like that. The next thing is, like, talk to, like, past tenants. Like, maybe if they're showing you, sorry, like, the space with the tenant that's actually there, ask, like, if you're gonna live, like, in an apartment where there's a lot of neighbors, like, ask about how they are, like, on, you know, noise complaints and things like that, because you don't want to, like, move off campus because it's loud and stuff for you, and then you move into a place, and it's loud, and it's just not a fit for you, because then you'd be wasting your money, and it's super hard to get out of a lease, so you want that. I had something in my mind and I totally forgot, so let me just... Okay. So the next thing is, like, financial aid. You can't pay, like, your apartment for your, like, living in an apartment off campus with financial aid. That's what I do. So just make sure, like, your landlord actually takes financial aid, because some, they refuse to, but most of them do, because they kind of just want money. So if you can, be like, okay, I'm gonna pay for financial aid, I need you to know this, whatever. And then before you sign a lease, this is my thing, read over it. And if you don't know, like, either get, like, your parents, an adult that you trust that's very responsible, even if it's, like, a professor that you are close to or something, like, get an adult to, like, kind of read the lease off to you, because they think, like, college kids are, like, kind of stupid, because, like, you know, we don't really know anything about leasing and whatever. And get them to kind of read it over for you to know, like, is this a good lease? Like, am I going to be stuck in this lease? Like, you know, like, is this going to bite me in the butt in the end if anything happens? So you want to read that lease through and through, okay? Make sure it's read before you sign your name, because once you sign your name on a lease, like, that's it. It's kind of like you signed yourself away for however long that lease is, unless you get, like, a sublet or whatever. I think that's all I have for this video, because I've been just trying to think of everything off the dome, which I hate that I do that. So thank you guys for watching my video. And I'm just gonna say this after every, like, video. Last video I didn't do it, but be the you that you love the best, because nobody's gonna love you like yourself. Self-love is the best love. Thank you for watching. Yeah, have a nice day. Bye.